These my dollars make it hurt.
Welcome. 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 What is up, everybody? Yeah. Welcome to the one and the only. I am Doug Brooks, aka known as Big Time. What is going on tonight, everybody? It's Monday night. It is 7 o'clock, and I don't know what that means for you, but for me, that means it's time for me to go live. Monday night, we are here, 7 o'clock. We are here to talk, have a nice discussion tonight. Welcome to the show, everybody, to the Big Time Show that is being seen right now and heard live on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitch, and on X or Twitter, whichever one you want to call it. Y'all know what it is. It's time. Big Time Show once again is in the house going on, and we're in the middle. We're not in the middle, but we're heading to our fourth year. Next year, the Lord allows me to see it in August. That we'll be celebrating our fourth year. So we've been going strong for a pretty good while now. Thanks to most of you people who lend me your ear and come hang with me for a minute. And thanks to you guys make the show. Hope that you guys will come in and share the show if you can. If not, you can also just do me the favor pushing that like button. If you're on YouTube, you can double tap the screen. Do that about 25 times. We ain't gonna take you long at all to do that. If you're on Facebook, you can hit that like button for me. Smash it. I need about 25 likes from all of you guys, if you don't mind helping your boy out tonight. As I told you on many times before, this would gets the algorithm notice that somebody is on there, and somebody is must be saying something. So what they would do, they would suggest the show to other shows, and that's what we want, where we can get a crowd in and all that type of stuff. If you want to contribute to this podcast, you can very simply by going. If you're on YouTube, you can hit that super chat button. If you want to, it's not a requirement, but it'd be nice if you would. If you're on Facebook, you can use those stars that are there. If you want to do that, that is fine. But I'm grateful for all of you guys popping in on me tonight. Let's go ahead and have a little fun here tonight. I don't know how long I'll be. Sometimes, you know how it goes. It depends on what the chat's saying, man. So I'm gonna do all that and see what's going on, and then we're gonna get this party started, y'all. How about that? I did this tonight because I know I'm about to have some serious talk, so I got y'all up close. So I wanted to stay away from y'all like this. You see what I'm saying? But tonight, come in a little closer. Come on in a little closer. Come in. See, I'm gonna have to talk to y'all tonight because see, I already know what this finna be about tonight, and I got one major thing that I want to throw out tonight. Not I'm gonna start. I'm gonna save it, y'all. I'm gonna save it. So I need y'all to hang with me because I'm gonna need y'all input because I'm gonna change some of y'all mind tonight about one issue that I think is sad. All right, let's talk. Let me speak to everybody. I'm sorry. Let me speak to everybody before I get going. One of my best friends in the whole world is here, Marlon Haynes. What's going on? Hey, what's up with you? Oh man, I hear you. Hey, congratulations on your new job, Craig. How you doing, sir? Thank you for popping in. Cartavius, I hope I pronounced your name right. Cartavius, what's going on? Joe, what's going on? Yeah. Donnie, how you doing? William, how you doing? Lee Harrison, appreciate you, man. JV B-Boy, what's going on? Anybody else in here? Okay, y'all lighten it up. Everybody that's on this popping in on me, I appreciate all you guys popping in real quick. I see some of your questions. I hate to get hung up on there, but let me say, what's up, Keystone? I see you, man. Thanks for popping in. Donnie, yes, sir. How you doing, man? What's going on? Oh, y'all popping in tonight. Marcus, how you doing, man? What's going on? I'm glad all y'all here. You know what? What's up? What's up, Big Flock? What's going on, man? Thank you. You know what? Since I got a good crowd, I need y'all to share because I just changed the format. I'm gonna, since I got all of y'all in here and got a nice little start here, I'm gonna go ahead and start the party with controversy. I'm gonna get to the game in just a second. What I feel is controversy. Well, this is partially as a result of the game. It led me to this. Let's talk, y'all. Y'all finna light this chat up right now. I already see it coming. Here we go. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Here we go. Now let me. What's up? What's up, Tyrone? All right, here we go. I see politics in the air. I see politics. I see loyalty and politics. If you've been following me since the beginning, one of my statements that I've always said was this about the Dallas Cowboys: that one of the silent cancers, and I hate to use that word, but now you understand what I'm saying. One of the silent killers of the Dallas Cowboys franchise for years, especially in the Jason Garrett era and on up from that point, has been loyalty and politics. All right. What do I mean by that? Players that belong on the field don't get on the field because of loyalty or somebody's getting paid the most, and you will sacrifice having possibly a better player in a position and have them sitting down just because of loyalty. Jason Witten comes to mind. As great as he was, no doubt Hall of Fame tight end, in his latter years, he was not the same guy. Y'all need to share this because I'm going to go somewhere in just a second. He was not the guy, and we lost some pretty good tight ends that were backing him up because Jason Witten didn't want to come out the field. He go in when he want to. He had total control. The everybody backed him from the owner slash GM and all the way down to the coaching staff. There was no way he was going to be benched. There was no way. I mean, we lost some real good athletes at tight end. Okay, I just use his name for that. On a lesser degree, LVE, most recent. Know the man was hurt. Know you had some guys, as much as everybody complained about LVE, but yet when it was time for him to get on the field, they put him on the field knowing perhaps you could go get some people or you had some people behind them that could play. They didn't do that. On another degree, if you remember, I love Jalen Smith. But later on, Jalen Smith really couldn't go but one way. His knee was, shot. He gave it all he had. I'm not knocking him, but, your body just shuts you down. But because of loyalty and trying to prove everybody wrong because he was a second-round pick and all that type of stuff, you refuse to put the better players on the field. The list could go on and on. I see somebody put in Josh Ball. Everybody know Josh Ball. Ain't nobody worth talking about. You know what I'm saying? He's not. You can find some folks that can do better than Josh Ball. But the Cowboys are loyal. They don't want to rock the boat. They're loyal to that or they're loyal to a contract. Listen, for instance, this is not what I want to talk about, but you could say it. I love Donovan Wilson. But is Donovan Wilson playing better as of right now, better than Wanye Thomas? I'm just throwing it out there. But you're not going to put Wanye Thomas in over Donovan Wilson because you paid Donovan Wilson and he's going to play. You see what I'm saying? This kind of stuff. And here we go, y'all. Oh, y'all finna get mad at me. Y'all come on, talk to me. Here we go. The game that I saw a couple days ago, Saturday night. One thing that I know for sure, if you're a Cowboy fan or even if you're not, if you watch the game, you saw something. Now, I'm not saying is supposed to be a takeover, but watch me here. I saw Deuce and I saw Royce Freeman. Y'all got that? All right. Y'all saw it too. Now, in fairness, and I'm not going to be a hypocrite, I said that Deuce Vaughn probably is not going to make this team. Not going to make this team. Why? Because all you done heard about are at least just 3 people, and then they got to keep Lemke, okay? So really, you got 4 backs, and really, you probably may get 1 more, maybe. You got 3 backs and Lemke. That's if they carry 4, if they carry 5, really you're going to have just 1 more spot that's open for running back. Okay, that's usually how it goes. You're gonna have 5. The rest of them, if they pass waivers, of course, can make maybe the practice squad. So, what have we heard? We've heard about Zeke. We've heard about Rico. Most recently, we heard mostly about Malik Davis. We heard about Deuce and Royce being hurt. Then you got Snoop, and I don't think he's gonna make the team, to be honest with you. Snoop Connor, I don't think he's gonna make the team. Lemke is our fullback, so I'm really not basing that, but he's classified as a running back. So you got that right there, okay? Okay, but check it out. Let's just say that you have 4 running backs. So 3 of them are already locked in. Lemke, Zeke, Rico. That's 3. You only got one other spot if we just carrying 4. You only got one spot. Here is my thing here, y'all. Loyalty. And boy, y'all finna get mad at me. This is just conspiracy. Here we go. Ezekiel Elliott is going to keep, maybe at this point of his career, a better running back off this team because of loyalty. See, I saw Royce Freeman. We could use that. Saw Deuce Vaughn, y'all. I know it shocked a lot of y'all. And I saw Deuce running pretty much with a mixture of the 1s and 2s. Okay? So you saw what Deuce can do. You saw the explosion. You saw he can run. He's a thick guy, even though he's small. He's just not tall, but he's thick. He's a big guy for his height. I saw that. I saw Royce Freeman pushing the pile nonstop. That's what I'm seeing. And hear what I'm telling you about Zeke right now. And I already know he's the running back, number 1 running back. But what if he ain't the guy? What? I mean, I'm just saying, because everybody mostly says the same thing about Zeke. He's lost a step. He ain't the same Zeke and all that. Okay. So that means when you say that, because a lot of y'all in this chat have said that. I know I have. So that means he's coming down a notch. What if Rico is really the better running back? Not really worried about that because Rico's going to make the team. We don't know about Zeke yet. I believe Zeke is going to be fine. I don't want nobody to think that he's not. But what if he ain't Zeke? Nobody can't tell me, I don't care about him running through tires and hollering and screaming and jump cutting against air. I don't care nothing about that at all. I don't care nothing about running around, whatever they had, garbage cans and all that, and he hopping and skipping and doing. We done seen there for 2-3 years. He get in the game, run straight into a pile, 1 or 2 yards and all that. I'm just saying. I ain't worried about Rico. Rico is going to be on the team. You got the clue. I mean, we already know he's going to make the team, but he has value because Rico didn't dress for the last game. So you know what they're doing. They're saving him. Okay? Zeke, of course, is not going to play. And nor should he in the preseason. Lemke has not got really nothing going on. I think it is what it is. But I saw Royce Freeman and Deuce Vaughn. I don't know, JVB boy. I see your question. You see, every team is different. I don't know what the Cowboys are gonna do. They may keep extra edge rushers. I don't, like that. Some of these guys got to play special teams too, and so it is what it is. And me and Marlon were talking the other night about the value of Deuce Vaughn and what can he do other than run the ball. Well, he can jump back there with Turpin and have a real nice 2-1-2 punch on kick returns. That's his value. Can he play special teams? I doubt it very seriously. I don't think they would do that. When you start talking about Royce Freeman, what's his value? Royce has been in the league a while, can pass block, can run, could be we're going to have to keep guys just for insurance because with Zeke and Rico, well, let's just be truthful. We talking about some guys that are injury prone. That's a big one. Zeke, last few years, I know it was an anomaly with New England last year. He pretty much stayed healthy. That's because Stevenson can carry the load and wasn't really banged up, for a whole lot. But Zeke as the number one running back, we done seen this movie before. We seen this movie. We know what Zeke is right now. And it's a couple years later now, and it ain't like he done drunk, something and make him get the fountain of youth again. That ain't happening. Craig said, how about bringing in Sanders? Bringing him in as a what, though? You see what I'm saying? The room pretty much is already settled, if you ask me. The room is already kind of settled. I believe they're happy with what they have. I believe that. I believe they, as far as running, and let's just be honest, y'all. We already know if y'all really believe that these folks finna really run the ball like everybody's saying, I just don't see it. I still think that the strength of your offense is still Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, Jake Ferguson. That's why you got a committee. So your running backs ain't all of that. They just need to fill in a role. And because of that, I don't think they really just going to be running the ball like everybody think. And I know what some of you saying, well, man, we got a line. I agree. That don't necessarily mean that we're going to run the ball 35 times a game. Zeke still ain't going to run the ball no more than 10 to 12 times a game, if that many. Zeke will be our goal line back, no doubt. But, total carries a game, what will Rico get? Rico will get, maybe, if the Cowboys combine for running over, if they combine and run for over 20, 22 times a game, I'm going to be shocked. I understand you. I'm not knocking. I'm just saying let's just do it on a scale of 1 to 10. If Zeke, he's not a 10 no more, all right? If he's a 7, I'm just throwing it out. He might be a 8. Okay? If Zeke is a 7 or an 8, then Rico got to be at least a 6 or a 7 himself. I'm just saying. Now I understand y'all about, Royce and Deuce being hurt and they just coming back, and that's how Malik Davis slipped up a little bit because, he was the next in line. When you got both of them out, Malik Davis gets it, and what we find about Malik is Malik still looks good. And I'm saying, I'm just throwing it out there. I know Zeke is not. Zeke still may be, still productive. I'm saying Zeke will not have 1,000 yards, but Zeke very well may have probably 10 to 12 touchdowns this year because he still can handle the goal line. I can see that. I'm not trying to knock Zeke and say that he does not have value. Oh, he has serious value. I'm talking about being a number one running back. But I'm also, and you really ain't talking about, I'm really not talking about him being number one, y'all. What I'm talking about is that because you're so loyal to Zeke, you got the fan base up because you were doing absolutely nothing in free agency. You did absolutely nothing. And you got the fan base all hyped because everybody started, because everybody was hyped that Zeke is coming back. He's a hero to this organization. No doubt he's a warrior to this organization. If he makes the Hall of Fame, he no doubt will be going in as a Dallas Cowboy. And, he's very valuable to this franchise. He helped carry this franchise to whatever level you want to call it. He did it. Along with Dak, along with Cooper and, those guys. He can do it. But what I'm saying is, if Zeke ain't all of that, if he's still running up the ball, straight up the gut for 1 or 2 yards, and even though I'm expecting him to average almost this year, based off the line we have, I'm expecting him to almost average right at 4 yards a pop now, which would be great for Dak. Instead of him going up the middle and getting 1.5, 2 yards, making it second and long and then third, and all that type of stuff, or getting stopped behind on first down and then second and 10, stuff like that. I don't know how he's gotten better. I don't know. I don't know. And I'm getting the feeling, and fairness, it ain't just happened. In fairness, we heard Mike McCarthy say and Brian Schottenheimer say, even at the beginning, he say, hey, we're going to have some real difficult decisions to make when it come down to the cut. They said that. And this is going to be one of them, because what I saw against the Raiders, I loved what I saw out of Deuce. I'm not saying Deuce is supposed to be the third or fourth running back either. I'm just saying he's a good football player. I love what I saw out of Royce Freeman. I saw that. I saw that. And Royce, if he makes the team, what is he? Your third tailback? I mean, Rico is going to be your number 2. Zeke is going to be your number 1. So, who's the third running back? Now, I'm saying Ezekiel Elliott, and I hope I'm wrong. I hope I do. I hope I'm wrong, y'all. I hope I'm wrong. I just don't think Zeke is that. He's very useful, but other than the goal line, well, and if that's the role for him. Other than short yardage, goal line, all of that, what is he a threat? Let me ask you this. Yeah, let me ask you this, and then I ask you another question. Everybody ready? Here we go. This is what I need to know. Are defensive coordinators going to be scared of Ezekiel Elliott? Type yes or no. Well, you ain't got to ask that. If you're a defensive coordinator, are you scared of Zeke? I mean, he can't bust it wide open no more. He's not that type of guy. He can't really run outside because he ain't fast enough like he used to be. He's not. So are you scared of him just running inside? I mean, he got plenty of power. I ain't knocking that. He still can bowl you over. He still can run over you. But I'm asking y'all, I know some of y'all Zeke fans. I'm one too. But if you're a defensive coordinator, are you scared of Ezekiel Elliott? All right. Matter of fact, let's go with this. I appreciate everybody popping in. If you shared this, I appreciate it. We cooking here. This is really about y'all now, because okay. Let me ask you this question. Let's see where you at. Now, we all love Zeke, okay? We all love Zeke. I'm trying to establish that. I'm not trying to knock Zeke. We love Zeke. But who are you scared of more? And watch this, and be honest now. Are you more scared of Zeke or Rico? I'm really finna check y'all out now. Who you most scared of? If I'm a defensive coordinator, I'm already saying, hey, we gonna when Zeke is in, we're gonna pile up the middle. Protect. We're gonna load up that A and B gap, because this is where he's gonna run. With Rico, you got to cover everything, because he's quick enough. to get outside. He's quick enough and got enough power to run inside. We done say, who are you scared of more, Zeke or Rico? Uh-huh. Okay. So when you say neither, that's fine. Okay. Some say none. Neither. That's fine. That lets you know the state of the running back room then, if you're saying that. Because certainly if you ain't scared of neither one of those, you definitely ain't scared of nobody else. Okay. So I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just saying, because of the loyalty is nowhere in the world. See, Zeke really is not a number one running back anymore. To me, now he may be to y'all. To me, he's not a number one running back anymore. But here in Dallas, because of the loyalty, do you know how many running backs we passed up just to bring him back? I started at the top. They didn't even pick up the phone for Derrick Henry. I'm still irritated by that. The man stayed in Dallas, practically begging Dallas to give him a call. They didn't even pick up the phone. It's unbelievable. But I'm just saying, look how many folks we passed up just to bring back Zeke. And again, I hope he come in and just goes. I hope he catches the fountain of youth. I hope his body, and the funny part about Zeke is he's not old. He is not old at all. It's just that his body has taken such a beating that it done made him an old man running back. That's what he's too physical of a back. It's got them tires are not high. They got a little air leaking. And I'm trying to tell y'all, politics would take, because he gonna be the starter. They ain't bring him back to ride no bench. They ain't gonna insult him like that. They you might have some games where another running back get more carries, but the number one running back every game coming out, as long as he's healthy, it's gonna be Ezekiel Elliott. It's no question about it. He's going to be the number one running back, and I'm just saying, he's going to be the reason why. Because in the normal world, a guy like Zeke, who's a little older, would come into training camp, and they'll be saying he very well may be our number 2 running back. Some may even say he's just it's kind of like Jerome Bettis from Pittsburgh at the end. He only used to come in when it was down inside the 5-yard line. So they had a role for him, just a role. They're not going to do Zeke like that. They're going to act like this 2016 Zeke. That's what they're going to do. And I don't know if Zeke is that guy. I don't think he's that guy, but he's going to be the reason why somebody that's playing pretty good is going to get cut. Because I'm going to go ahead and tell you now, me and Marlon, my friend Marlon on here, listen, if Deuce Vaughn has to pass through waivers, when you get cut, if you pass through waivers, you can come back to the team that cut you. Man, Deuce Vaughn not fit to pass through waivers. Somebody going to pick him up. Royce Freeman, somebody gonna pick him up. And one of those two, Malik Davis done passed waivers a couple of times. So Malik can come back. Deuce Vaughn and Royce Freeman, if they get cut, you might as well get ready. They won't be there. They not coming back. They're not gonna pass through waivers. And I'm saying between those two running backs, and like I said, if you saw the game, you can't help but be. I'm not even going to ask you if you was impressed, because I don't want nobody to insult themselves by saying, no, they didn't run the ball well. That's a lie. The bottom line is they are playing very well, for their first go around, especially Deuce coming off the hamstring injury. You see the explosion. You see the cutting ability. You see it all, man. Dudes can do it all. Just short. Freeman, he's the same type of back that Ezekiel Elliott is, except he got more pop. Well, I ain't gonna say he got more pop. He got a little bit more speed, just a little. He's a banger. He can move the pile. That's very valuable. He almost run like Zeke. 230, I believe he is. 230 pounds. That's power. We can smash mouth people, but you got to have some type of difference. You know what I'm saying? You just can't have all bangers. You ain't got no explosion nowhere. You need somebody that can somewhat take it to the house. That's where Deuce comes in. If you want to look further, that's where Malik Davis can get you. See what I'm saying? You just can't have all 4 or 5 backs being the same. You got to have some type of difference in that. Okay, so I'm really, that's my controversy there. I really feel like Zeke, because of loyalty, because he ain't practicing much. So what have you seen? I know you're trying to save him. I mean, he got limited reps in practice. He didn't play much against the Rams in the joint practice. He didn't. They're trying to save him for Cleveland, and I'm like, okay, you saved him for Cleveland, but what is he? Nobody really knows. What is Zeke? We don't know. He ain't the all pro running back that he was, but what is he? Is he a 6 or is he a 7? I mean, what is he? We ain't gonna find that out to Cleveland. But I would hate Deuce being cut, Freeman being cut because of loyalty. That's what I'm saying. I see it happening. Am I saying we should cut Zeke? No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying he's going to be the reason, because he has an automatic spot that if he was on any other team, Zeke will be battling for a number 2 spot probably. He wouldn't be battling nowhere else for no number 1 running back spot. He wouldn't. Anywhere else, AFC or NFC, Zeke would be battling for a number 2 spot as a running back. Dallas, when we first signed him, it was an automatic. You back to being the starter. And you got faster guys. You got faster guys. You got guys that got the same type of power. Guys that are more explosive. You know, I'm not going to say they're better pass blockers than Zeke, which is very, very, very important. I ain't going to knock that. But I'm just saying, loyalty is going to keep a good running back off this team that we won't see again, because they will not make it past. They will not make it past waivers. They're going to get picked up. And if you keep, let me just say this, if you keep Deuce, usually the Cowboys keep 4 running backs. That's been the history. Okay? I see what you're saying, Keystone. You know, as a running back, you got to have some other value. And it's Deuce Vaughn. See, I'm going to tell you, since I say it was scary, here's my dream. I say keep Deuce for one other major reason. And that is, you want to see something that's scary? All right, here it is. Everybody imagine with me real quick that your kicker is kicking the ball off on a kickoff, and you got Turpin on one side and you got Deuce on the other side. That's scary, because you can't escape. You'll have teams, man, that will decide, look, we're just gonna go and kick it through the end zone rather than give these 2 guys a chance. That's dangerous. That's real dangerous. And we all know that Deuce Vaughn can play kickoff return. He's done it. We already know what Turpin is. A Pro Bowl kick returner. Listen, that right there alone, but usually your guy also has to be on the kickoff team. Now, I can't see Deuce doing that. I'm quite sure you'll have some different packages on kickoff return now, just in case you got some big guys. You may have some real fast guys sometime. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking off that. But usually you're gonna do that. I'm concerned because I already know what's gonna happen. I just want to know who ain't gonna make it. That's all I really want to know. And it's gonna be between Royce Freeman and Deuce Vaughn. I'm not even worried about Snoop. I'm not worried about Davis. I just feel like, Malik Davis is used to being on the practice squad for us anyway. I figured that'll probably happen again. Snoop, I think he gonna get cut, to be honest with you. And he might make it through waivers, and you can re-sign him to the practice squad himself. But between Freeman and Deuce, especially if they're only keeping 4 running backs, that's where the drama really is, y'all. That's my take on the running back position with that. I was impressed. With Deuce and Freeman. I was impressed. They both played well. They did. And I think and they're gonna make it even harder coming up this week because they're gonna do it again. There's a real battle right there. It's not too much more. It's not too many more battles anywhere on this team. Not too many. You still got a couple that's up for grabs. I believe that third running back is up for grabs still. I do. Now, some folks may want to factor in that Deuce's father, of course, works for the Cowboys, and that may have a little weight on it, and it very well can. But that might be a slight part of it. But it's not because of his daddy working there. Deuce Vaughn can play. It's just no doubt about it. I saw enough. I already last year, I know what he did in the preseason. He was going against 4th and 3rd stringers, which is what he's gonna do coming up in this next game, because nobody ain't playing hardly nobody. So Deuce I got a feeling he really gonna clown this coming up game. Freeman as well. That is a battle right there. I think that's the battle. And I don't think that's been quite answered yet. I don't think it's been quite answered. But we'll go with that. All right. That's enough of that. I just wanted to throw that out there. Zeke Elliott is going to be the reason why somebody going to get cut. And it's going to be somebody good. It's no doubt about that. All right. Let me get to the other part that I know you guys want to talk about. Of course, the Cowboys won. They as a whole looked a whole lot better than they did. And you would expect that. It was their first preseason game against the Rams. They looked a whole lot better. They looked real good. There were a few people that I told you guys that I was looking at. Not necessarily I really wasn't looking at the scoreboard. I was looking at a few players. Let's go ahead and talk about Mr. Trey Lance. Let's go ahead and talk about him. The Ram game, I said that Trey Lance his best thing would be when he pulled the ball down and ran the ball. That was the case. That he pulled down and ran the ball, did not have a good passing game against the Rams. He did not. He did not look special, and the bottom line is we understood why he was a third-string quarterback. We understood that he did not, he did not take over the number 2 spot. If you remember, Cooper Rush just played one series And he looked just about as better than Cooper Rush did for the rest of the way against the Rams. What I also said about Trey Lance was you had to be fair to Trey. You had to be fair to him because remember, that was the first game he had in 2 years. Just can't walk up on an NFL field and just say we ain't playing. We just put him out there. He gonna be the same guy. No. He had not played in 2 years, and for a guy that has not played in 2 years, it wasn't bad at all. He was actually pretty decent for a guy that has not played. I'm just being fair. Balls were high sometimes, balls were low, balls were overthrown, all that type of stuff. He really not real good accuracy, but he didn't turn the ball over. He pulled the ball down, used his attributes that he does have, and he looked decent. There was some long drives against the Rams. He looked decent. And I said at the end, Trey will look better against the Raiders. He will look better. Why? Because he'll be more comfortable. That's what I said, y'all. Y'all remember that. And sure enough, Trey Lance looked better. He looked decent. He played a very good game. He looked pretty good. Still a lot of inaccuracies. Still, ball a little high. Sometimes not enough touch. But you can tell just by his mannerism, you can tell the way he was actually going through progression. He looked way more comfortable than he did against the Rams. And he played well. He ran the ball, which we already knew he can do that. We knew that was going to happen. And that's a very, very good skill to have when your quarterback is a dual threat. Trey Lance, I ain't gonna say he's not a dual threat, but he looked better than what he did. He did. I was impressed by what he looked like in game 1 to game 2. I was impressed by Trey Lance. I got to give him his credit. I told y'all, I tell the truth about him. If you play like trash, I'm going to say you play like trash. But he did not. Trey Lance looked good. Not good enough to take over Cooper Rush's job, but he looks good. Let me put it this way. He got a few people off his back, not as severe. If y'all want to say I was one of them, so be it. I can't be too hard on him. It's still, some things that was off, but he looked way better than he did against the Rams. So what does that tell us? Or at least what does that tell me? What it tells me is if he gets more work, chances are he's going to get better. That's what it tells me. I'm expecting Trey now, especially since he's going to be going against a bunch of 3s and 4s. In this next game, I'm expecting him to have even a better game than he did. Here's what the problem is, though, for Trey. Here's what the problem is. He ain't going to get the time. After this game coming up, that's it. The only thing he will get is time on the practice squad after this, because he's not taking over Cooper Rush's job. And I ain't going to even say nothing about Dak Prescott because that's not going to happen. So other than practice, that's it. And of course, the wild card is if somebody gets hurt, then okay, here we go. But other than the quarterback really being injured, you ain't going to see Trey Lance until next preseason. Or whether in Dallas or somebody else training camp. That's when you see Trey. Now, I would say this, as I said before, as I said on the last show. Y'all remember I kept saying, I hope he balls out. Y'all remember I kept saying that? I hope he shows out, because what he did, I'm quite sure he opened up some other team's eyes. And what I was saying was, if Trey does not take over Cooper Rush's job at least this season, then he's playing on a 1-year deal anyway. He has no contract extension, Trey Lance. Then if he doesn't play this year, or at least become the number 2 quarterback, it was a total waste of a trade to get him, because you ain't getting nothing out of it. You didn't get absolutely nothing out of it. Nothing. Unless you're telling me that you're going to sign him for next year, you let Dak walk, and he'll just be your number one quarterback next year. That's the only thing they're going to save it, because other than that, it was a wasted pick. You couldn't. A lot of people said that, and it remained to be seen because it ain't happened yet. A lot of people were saying, well, they got him to use him as leverage against Dak. Okay. It remains to be seen. If Dak signs, then I'm just saying, if he don't take over the number 2 spot, that means he had 2 years to jump over Cooper Rush. So, and you ain't take over that spot, something ain't right. That's all I'm saying. But on the day, I would give Trey Lance credit. He played extremely well. I ain't gonna say extremely well. He played well. He looked better than what he did in week 1. He did. And I believe that he opened up some eyes of the Cowboys front office. And I believe he opened up the eyes of Coach McCarthy a little bit. And I really do believe he opened up the eyes of some other football teams. Because, see, Trey has a good chance to if he goes and plays his year out, trust me, somebody will come knocking at his door in free agency too. And it will be more than $5 million like he's making this year. I'm just telling you. Trey did a lot for himself. Shane says we have to keep Trey, and this is the reason why. If that goes down, the Cowboys will be looking for a vet to come in. Is a washed-up vet better than Trey? Well, I'm not saying you get rid of Trey. You're going to keep Trey this year. I'm talking about when the year is over with. When the year is over with and his contract runs out, just like Cooper Rush contract, just like Dak Prescott's contract runs out, he'll be an unrestricted free agent. There's a good chance that somebody will come knocking his door, offering him more than what the Cowboys will offer. Why wouldn't he go? I'm just saying. If the Cowboys say we'll offer you $6 million next year, and a team says we'll offer you 8 to 10, which one you gonna take? Trey Lance ain't got no loyalty to the Dallas Cowboys. He's not. I'm just saying. Just saying. He opened up a lot of eyes. And if he balls out this weekend, trust me, it won't be no trade for him. But trust me, there will be teams that'll be like, let's keep our eye on him. I tell you this. Y'all talking about that, okay. Y'all talking about if Dak go down, here's my thing. If Dak is signed, notice what I'm saying. If Dak is signed to an extension and during the season, early, another quarterback goes down, you don't think that somebody ain't finna call Jerry and ask for Trey Lance services? After seeing what we just saw? Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Chris, I ain't said change. I said change from game 1 to game 2. He played much better. He looked more comfortable. I told you I get the credit when it's time. He looked more comfortable, Chris. He looked better than he did. But it ain't like he just incredibly exploded. He just looked better than what he did. He made some real good plays, made some excellent throws, couple throws. He still was off a little bit passing the ball. His running game, of course, is special because he can do that. He's an athlete. We already know he can do that. He still could eat a lot of work. And just to prove my point, if you listen to Coach McCarthy, he's still saying the same thing that he just needs more pocket time and he needs more work at fundamentals. You see what I'm saying? That type of thing. So that's telling you he ain't, where a lot of y'all think he is. He's saying he still needs a whole lot more work, which he can get. He just won't never get on the field unless somebody hurt. Now, let me throw you there. Terry, you already beat me to the punch. All right. Let me just throw this here. And I don't know this, but when J.J. McCarthy went down from Minnesota, if Trey would have had that game he had Saturday, and then McCarthy would have got hurt, if Dak signs an extension, why would you keep Trey? He'll never get on the field. Except injuries. I mean, what if you sign Dak Prescott to an extension? Trey will never. I mean, come on now. Trey wouldn't hardly never get on the field unless Dak get hurt. I mean, you ain't gonna sign both of them. You're not gonna sign both of them. You're not gonna sign Dak and Trey. You just not gonna do that. You ain't gonna pay two quarterbacks essentially $70 to $80 million. You just ain't gonna do that. You're not. You're not gonna do that. So that's why I'm saying if Dak don't sign an extension, then I get it about everybody's hope that Trey signed. But if Dak Prescott signed an extension, that's goodbye, Trey. Ain't no doubt about that, y'all. It's common sense. Okay? It's just common sense. I give Trey credit. Now let me get to the fun part. Y'all. Because I know y'all seen the films. Is there any question? Well, you might have had questions before, but after what you saw, is there any question that we are going to have two rookie starting offensive linemen? So you don't need to see much. I don't think it ain't even worth talking about Guyton. Guyton got a mean streak in him. Y'all see how he's pushing people around, and here was the good part about it. The Raiders played their first team defense. See, now we even though it was a preseason game, we got to factor that in because Max Crosby was out there. Wilkins was out there. Okay. I saw Guyton knocking folks back, including Max Crosby. See, I told you, Guyton is getting baptized by fire. See, he getting it in practice for now. And then he just went against one of the best in Max Crosby. I didn't hear nothing from Max Crosby. Matter of fact, when you start looking at the film, Guy was knocking people over. Mean streak. I don't even think it's no question that I don't even think it's no question he's starting. Oh, it ain't no question about that. Now, I'm not saying he's going to do that to Myles Garrett. I mean, I ain't saying that at all. I'm just saying the kid looks good. He looks like a starter. He should start. First round pick. Left tackle. I mean, let's go. One other one. Mr. BB. Oh, my. And oh, my. BB is an animal, y'all. BB is an animal. BB is an animal. I've seen enough. I've seen enough. BB is so strong. The only thing that I can see him getting whipped in is somebody who's real quick off the ball. I'm just saying. Kid Cowboy, I don't believe that. I know you said that's what he said because if you play half speed in this league, whether it's preseason or not, that's how you get hurt. And everybody know that. You got too many guys out there battling for jobs. Okay. Let me get back to BB. BB is ready. I don't think there should be any question now about who our starting center and who our starting left tackle should be. Is no question. Is no question. Those two need to start, and let's roll. That's the way I look at it. Yes, sir. I mean, I don't know what more you want to see. I don't know whether you want to see him knock down 3 people at the same time. You want to see him. What do you want to see? Yeah, exactly, Brian Smith. Exactly. Hoffman, a couple times looked like he was a little bit overwhelmed by by Wilkins and all that. Let's see. Kid Cowboy, I'm looking at you and I noticed your comments. And I'm starting to wonder, are you really a Cowboy fan? Because you have nothing positive to say at all. At all. Because, see, I know at least I hope you saw what's been going on, at least with Guyton this entire training camp. He's been whipping people. That includes Michael Parsons. He's been whipping DeMarcus Lawrence. He's been whipping people. And every game so far that he played in, the story continues. He's just whipping people. So I ain't saying he's going to take out Garrett. I'm not saying that at all. But, the Cowboys are going to play. They're going to play it smart. They ain't going to let him go on no island by himself anyway. Not for some, but not for a lot of it. He may have to get him a one-on-one a couple times during the game. But it's going to be hip over there. I'm excited about BB as I was excited about him when he got drafted. I didn't know too much I knew about Guyton, but I didn't know that he had this dog in him like I'm seeing right now. Oklahoma was a passing team in college. They really didn't run like that. So his running game really wasn't just featured like that. But now I've seen it. Okay. Let's give it to one more positive, and then I will stop. My notes say this. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a super weapon on this team. Mr. Brandon Aubrey. See, when you have a guy that if you get anywhere past the 50-yard line, you in his range. I mean, he was the first team All-Pro last year, coming straight out the XFL. He was first team All-Pro last year. And the power that this dude got, man, I mean, I don't have to say anything. You know, I love Tucker from Baltimore, who's predominantly known as the best kicker in the game for all those years. But Mr. Aubrey is, Mr. Aubrey is coming. He took the All Pro job from him last year. I don't look. That's a weapon, y'all. Yeah, thank you, Brian. And here's the part for those that saw the game and saw the field goal. It didn't barely just get over. That thing was still in the air. It could have traveled another at least 3-4 yards, maybe 3. I mean, where this dude get his leg from? I mean, this is a weapon. So, and trust me, that weapon obviously is going to be big for us this year because you ain't scoring touchdowns every drive. But if you got a guy who you just got that kind of confidence in, and he has that confidence in himself, I mean, you're going to put a lot of points on the board. He is going to be a factor this year with the way that he kicks the ball, man. I'm talking about he's special. He's special. Brandon Aubrey is special. That was just like, dude, you really the man for real. You the best kicker in this league. You really making a very strong case that he's the best kicker in the league. I can see it, y'all. So I was super impressed with him on that. Defensively, I'm just gonna talk defensively as a whole. I can see a lot of good things coming. They're getting comfortable. Ball getting turned over all the time. I mean, that's what 4 or 5 interceptions in 2 games, I think. I mean, Marlon said the kick would have been good for 72 yards. So, I mean, at some point, man, look, you got to call this thing as it is, man. This dude is, he if it was a regular season, he would have tied the record. And if it would have been good for 72, he obviously can break the record. So, I mean, this dude different. He's different. What Kid Cowboys say? I don't even want to know. Terry said, Kid Cowboys, some things we just don't entertain. I'm almost scared to go. And look at what he said. So I ain't gonna even entertain it. Austin says, do you think the CD will suit up for game 1? Yes. I'm actually anticipating CD to sign in the next week or so because you got to start getting ready. I can actually see it. Because you got to keep in mind, he loses a game check for missing a game. He only getting paid this year $17 million. How many games do we have? 17. So that means he loses $1 million a game. I don't think CD going to give up that money. Now, of course, I don't know his financial position. I would just think, even if he did have I just don't think he's going to give up $1 million a game. I just don't think he's going to do it. He needs to come. If he comes in, he needs to ramp it up a little bit. Make sure he's in football shape. I know he's in shape, but there's a difference when you're in football shape. Got to make sure his timing is right. Everything else, so it's going to take about a good week or 2 to get that down. Yeah. So I just don't see him doing that. I don't. So I'm expecting him, and usually it takes about 2 weeks or so to get ready. To be in full sync, even though he knows the offense. I think McCarthy said there are a few new wrinkles in. Quite sure he can pick that up very quickly or whatever. So I'm anticipating him to come back within the next week. Now, that means without a contract or with one, I'm still expecting him to come back. It is what it is. Defensively, you can see the effects of, but we really ain't seen it yet. Not to the full extent of what it's gonna be. See, the Cowboys have secretly, while we all danced around and poked our lip out and got mad, I was looking for that, Brian. I saw somebody say it, but I didn't see it. Y'all see what Brian just asked? Did we get Lionel Joseph? I didn't see that. I saw somebody put it out, but I thought that was it was off. But I didn't confirm it. I didn't see Scheffner put it out there. I looked on Bleacher Report. I didn't see it. So I'm going to assume that it's not there. You got me looking right now. I'm looking now to see if I see it. It would be a big one, but I think they got what they need, man, to be honest with you. The Cowboys, man, have secretly shut our mouths because they got defensive tackles now. You see, when they went ahead and got Jordan Phillips, that was a big move, sneaky big move right there. We loaded as far as beef. You know what I'm saying? We loaded. We got somebody that can stuff the middle and can play. He can play. So we don't know where we really are yet. We won't see that probably until week 1. But I think that we gonna obviously play the run much better probably than we have in the last 3-4 years. I see Marlon says, I just looked and I don't see anything. Marlon says we did not sign him. Brian says we did. I'm on Bleacher Report. I was just looking at it. That would have been right up there. So I didn't see it. If they did, they might have quiet about it. So I didn't see it. I know I did see somebody put it out there in one of these Cowboy groups that we had, but that would have been major news. You would have seen all that. So I haven't seen it, so I'm gonna lean say that it's not the case. That would have got a little ESPN coverage. I see what some of y'all are saying. I'm looking now. I'm going down and now. And I'm just, if he did sign me, it would be a big signing. But if they don't, let me just say it. You can see the effects of Zimmer already. You can see the effects. And I think that we're going to be a pretty good defensive team. And so while we all cried and said, should have got this, we should have got that, and we should have got that person, all that. We should have signed Gilmore back. We should have signed all these, we still need a defense. We shouldn't have let Hankins go. We shouldn't have did that. The Cowboys actually got better defensive tackle-wise because Phillips is better than Hankins. I don't know if y'all seen film, but it's just the truth. He's better than Hankins was. He's bigger, played at a Pro Bowl level. This guy is a problem. He's a problem. So I think that we got better. And defensively, you can see we are playing the run better already. And that ain't even with the starters. So we're good. Linebackers playing very well. I don't care who it is. If it's a kid from Notre Dame, he's hitting people. Willie Harvey, who I am really impressed with. I hope he makes his team. I like him, the linebacker. The secondary playing well. Wanye Thomas. I I feel sorry for him. I mean, we so loaded. There's some guys just not gonna get on the field. Wanya Thomas need to be on the field, man. Yeah, Mike. I know it was, man. Yeah, that kick was right down the middle and had more yards left on it. It could have been where I think my partner just said it would. Next Gen Stats said it would have been good for 72 yards. So this guy, that's what you call a weapon. It's almost kind of like Steph Curry. When Steph Curry get past half court, he can pull up on you. Well, it's the same thing with Brandon Aubrey. If he get past the 50-yard line, he can boot it. So you got to keep that in mind. I'm seeing some good things. I don't make predictions. Okay. I don't make predictions because I learned, the Cowboys done burnt me too much. We making predictions. However, I'm going to go and put one out now. See how I did that? Mark it down, y'all. I've seen enough. The Dallas Cowboys will be a top 8 defense in this league this year. Mark it down. I need somebody to make a clip of this. I'm going to make a clip of this, what I just said, and I'm going to play it, as the year goes by. I'm going to go ahead and put it out there now. I've seen enough. I believe it. Barring injury, major injury. If Diggs stay healthy, if Overshown can stay healthy, because those two are going to be very important. I'm telling you now, I'm going out on the limb early with the defense. Our defense will be a top 8 defense this season. Now, if you got a top 10 defense, you're going to win a lot of football games. If you got any kind of offense, which the Cowboys do, if you got any kind of offense and match it up with a top 10 like defense, you're going to win a lot of football games. Mark it down. I think that this year, William, I believe that we're going to be better on the rush than we are on the pass rush. I believe we're going to be the run. We're going to be better on the run than we are pass rushing. See, what you got to keep in mind, we lost Dorrance Armstrong and Fowler. But Dorrance Armstrong will get you almost 7-8 sacks a season. Fowler will get you about 6 to 7. We lost Sam Williams, who was going to be counted on big, and you replace that with rookies. They're not as good pass rushers as Dorrance Armstrong and Fowler. So you're losing some sacks. You're going to lose some sacks. But you still going to be better against the run, which is what our Achilles heel was. We got enough guys that can bring pressure. OC can bring pressure. DeMarcus Lawrence still can bring pressure. I don't have to say nothing about Michael Parsons. Nealon can bring pressure. We're going to blitz linebackers. The kid from Notre Dame can bring pressure. The linebacker, the young kid. Overshown can get in there. Excellent blitzer too. Then, of course, you got Jordan Lewis. I don't want to count on him like that, but you got Jordan Lewis, who's known as a blitzing little third cornerback. You got Donovan Wilson, who can play up on the line of scrimmage. The pressure will be there. Plus, we got a coach. We got a coach, y'all, that knows how to run scheme. See, he can scheme a blitz open. Huh? Coach Marv in the building. You see what he just said? And I'm just saying that I said definitely a top 8. I don't think we're gonna have as many sacks as we did just because not because Parsons is not the guy and all that is because of what we lost. Armstrong and Fowler, and you might as well throw Sam Williams out there. That's a nice little sacks for the year. That won't be there. I'm not sure about Nealon. I don't know yet. I got to see it. I think he can call. I think he can generate pressure. But you know what I'm saying? It really ain't got to be about like sacks. Y'all, we got to think about it, y'all. Let's common sense. With the type of cornerbacks that we have, all they need is the quarterback just to take an extra second, and you might get a whole lot more interceptions. That's what you're seeing in the preseason right now. You're seeing a lot of picks for the Cowboys because quarterback got to. You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you. I can see it. So I'm on record now. I ain't gonna say nothing about the offense, but I am gonna say something about the defense. The defense is gonna be ready this year. I think they're gonna be very, 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 very good. Very, extremely good, matter of fact. I think they are. They're physical. They got some guys that are physical this time around. Got some beef boys up the middle, some good barbecue rib, beef rib, porterhouse steak eating guys up top. Then just 10 pies and 4 pieces of chocolate cake. And, this is what they eat before the game. You don't understand what I'm saying. This is what you get. This is what you get. I ain't sure, Coach Marv. I don't know if I'm taking calls or not. I don't know tonight. But KDH2 Jones, y'all love to talk about the quarterback. All y'all want to do is you see Kid Cowboy. That's all he want to talk about is Dak. He said, "What do I think Dak is going to do? Progress or regress?" Well, what has he done since he's been in the league? KDH2 Jones, what have you seen? Has his career progressed or regressed? What have you seen? Has the arrow went down or has the arrow went up every year? I think we all know the answer to that question. So you can't listen to people like Kid Cowboy. See, this is his wheelhouse. This is when he loves to show out. That's why he keep talking. But we all know that it's a team game, and we all know that the defense is just horrific against Green Bay last year. But, people like Kid Cowboy will blame Dak for the loss. You see what I'm saying? So he'll get all the blame for all that. The offense was down 30. What was the score in third quarter? Was it 38 to 3 or something like that? I don't, it was just horrible. Oh, okay, there you go. That's playing KDH2 John. He said he really hasn't did anything. I don't care about his stats. Well, if you're saying that, Mr. Jones, you got to say that about a lot of quarterbacks that everybody loves. Josh Allen, then according to your metrics right there, Josh Allen ain't done nothing. Trevor Lawrence ain't done nothing. Justin Herbert sure ain't done nothing. I mean, to be honest with you, other than Patrick Mahomes, who done something? Now, if you are speaking of guys who made the Super Bowl and you count that as doing something, which I do count, then I guess you would say that Jalen Hurts has done something, and Matthew Stafford. Well, Matthew won the Super Bowl. So I mean, it ain't many that you can say hadn't done anything. If that's your standard now, You can't name nothing but probably about 4 or 5 quarterbacks, maybe. I mean, who done something? Let me see. According to Mr. Jones' metrics, he hadn't done anything. So anybody that made the Super Bowl, win or loss, have done something. So Joe Burrow has done something. Jalen Hurts has done something. Another that has been Brady and Mahomes. That's it. Shane, you can't count this. He's just looking at stuff. Shane says he don't understand McCarthy's game management skills. Man, the game management skills in preseason went out the door. They don't want to have ever. Has the punter punted yet? The punter hadn't even punted yet. I don't remember. You see what I'm saying? I don't remember the punter. So they're trying to put guys in position so they can see and evaluate them. Even if it's first and goal from the 3-yard line. He had Trey Lance in the shotgun. I say Super Bowl. I ain't say AFC Championship game. I ain't say NFC Championship game. I'm going by guys who at least went to the Super Bowl. If Dak went to the NFC Championship game, Kid Cowboy, you'll change the goalpost. You know you would. So you'll be saying, well, yeah, he got the Super, but he didn't win it. So I know how you are. So you calling out Brock Purdy and you saying Josh Allen. Josh Allen didn't win the AFC Championship game. He ain't won a World Championship. So again, according to the stats, or standards, what has he done? What is matter of fact? Watch this one. How about this one, y'all? How about this one, Mr. Jones? What is Lamar Jackson done? I understand he won the MVP. Okay, but you just said you don't care about stats, and the MVP is a stat award, so we can't throw the MVP up there. So based off that, what has Lamar Jackson done? See, it's hard to say. It's hard to say all that. And just because he runs the ball, come on now. I'm not knocking it. I know he's explosive and I know all that, but I'm just saying now. It ain't numbered about 3 or 4 guys in this whole league based off your standards, Mr. Jones, that can say that they done something based off your standards. It's only about 4 or 5. Let me see. Let me see. Let me go down there. Let's go to NFC East. Giants, nope. Cowboys, nope. Washington, nope. Philly, yes. I got one. Jalen, according to your standard. NFC South. The Saints, nope. Atlanta, nope. Tampa, nope. Who am I missing out of the South? Tampa. Carolina, nope. Let's go to NFC West. I only got one hand up. I just named 2 divisions. According to your standard, Mr. Jones, NFC West, the 49ers. Brock Purdy made the Super Bowl, so that's 2. Geno, Seattle, no. Kyler Murray, no. Who else in the West I'm missing? Arizona, San Francisco, the Rams, Stafford, 3. Stafford won the Super Bowl, 3. NFC North, Love, nope. Caleb Williams is a rookie. I can't even count him. Jared Goff, yes, he's went to the Super Bowl. So according to your standards, that's 4. Chicago, Green Bay, Minnesota, no. So I got 4. At least they've been to the Super Bowl, so I got to give them credit for that. I already said Stafford and Goff. I got 4. That's the NFC. AFC. Let's start off with the champs. The AFC West, Mahomes. That's 5. Raiders, no. Raiders, Chiefs. God, who's in the AFC West? The Raiders, no. There's one more, but whoever it is, they ain't made it. So I already know that's not it. Let's go to the AFC North. Pittsburgh, no. Baltimore, no. Cleveland, no. There's one more team, but whoever that is. Cincinnati, Joe. That's 6. AFC South, nobody. Tennessee, no. Jacksonville, no. Nobody. There's one other I'm missing. The North, South, AFC East. Buffalo, no. Miami, no. New England, no. The Jets, Aaron Rodgers, 7. I'm sorry, you're right, William Keith. Pittsburgh, Russell, that's 8. 8 quarterbacks out of 32 teams can actually say that they've done something according to your standards, Mr. Jones. That's not a good percentage. Well, I'm just trying to say, you say you know about the other guys, then say that about the other guys. I didn't say Dak did anything anyway. You saying you want to take out the stats, that's fine. So I will take out, they're saying that he's an all-pro quarterback. I'll take that out. I'll take it out that he's a multiple-time Pro Bowl quarterback. I'll take it out. If you're just going by Super Bowls and getting to the Super Bowl, it's only 8 quarterbacks in the league that can say they actually did something. And it's a pretty good few in there that are borderline, but according to your standard, they ain't done nothing. Now, if you ask me, Lamar Jackson, he is a problem. He's done something, but he ain't done nothing according to your standards. I don't know, Cowboy. I guess the reason why is because why haven't Ford done anything? Several reasons why. Same question could be asked for all them other quarterbacks just asked. Why hasn't Josh Allen done nothing? But you won't say he ain't. You won't say nothing about Josh. You'll give Trevor Lawrence more credit than that. Kid Cowboy. Just him alone is play. Well, Katie, Mr. Jones, see, I like guys like you. I do. You and Kid Cowboy. I just asked you this question because it seems like you're a football fan. You obviously are not a Dallas Cowboy fan. Let me just ask you this, Mr. Jones. Was it Dak Prescott's fault? Because I want to see if you like Kid Cowboy. Are you blaming all the losses of the Dallas Cowboys solely on Dak in the playoffs? Kid Cowboy, you got to say no. We already know what you say. And keep in mind now, if you're a Cowboy fan, Mr. Jones, which I don't think you are, you will notice some of these incredible leads that other teams had, except one playoff game that I remember that I will say if we had could just make one play, then we would have been all right. And that was the San Francisco game in Dallas. No, excuse me, San Francisco game in San Francisco where we lost 19-12. We just couldn't make the play. Now, I'll give you that one. Oh, okay, you're a diehard Cowboys. Okay. Well, then, other than that, what game, and maybe the Dallas Cowboys San Francisco game in Dallas, where we couldn't make the play when we needed it. So I'll give you 2 games. But other than that, what game have we played that the game was close? What game? Last year was a perfect example. Man, third and quarter, it was 35 to whatever it was. We had no points on the board. We blaming that on Dak, or you gonna give some of the bad credit to the defense? Are you gonna do that? I remember the Green Bay game in Dallas where Aaron Rodgers jumped on us 38-3. 38-3 in the third quarter. I remember that. You gonna blame that on that? Buffalo blew us out. Thing about you, kid Cowboys, you just so locked in on that. What you fail to realize and say about the Buffalo game was that Buffalo ran the ball over 200 yards against us. The Cardinals, since you just put it up there, ran the ball down our throat. Excuse me, last time I checked. I don't think Dak Prescott played defense. I mean, forgive me if I'm wrong. Buffalo ran for over 2, and we made Cook look like a superstar. Oh, okay, well, thank you, KD. See, you at least I will give you credit. KDH2 Jones, I will give you credit, and I have nothing to say because you're absolutely correct. You say you blame both Dak and the defense. At least you say you blame some of that on the defense. Thank you. That's all we're saying. Good. I can't even argue with you no more. Period. Bottom line, do I believe in Dak? Okay, KDH2 Jones, you haven't been on my show, obviously, for the last 3 years because I've made my point very clear about Dak. I even said it last show, and just for you, I'll say it again. I'll give you 2 things. Dak Prescott is not the type of quarterback like I even throw a Josh Allen in or a Patrick Mahomes. What I mean by that is I have seen Josh Allen do it so many times, put a team on his back, and he just about will solely carry a team to a win. I've seen that. I've seen Patrick Mahomes win a Super Bowl last year with really no wide receivers. He had a great defense, however. And so we can't eliminate that. But I saw him do it without receivers for the whole year, just have a great tight end. I've seen those 2 do it. This is what I've said about Dak Prescott, Mr. Jones. I've always said Dak needs as many bullets in the gun as he has because I don't think he's that type of quarterback. Now, I know somebody's going to say, you got no fourth quarter comebacks than anybody. Okay, that's fine, but not when the money's on the line. This is what I also said about Dak. And this to me, this ain't got to be to nobody else. This is to me, because I've seen enough. This is to me. This is my test, Katie Jones. I said it last show. I'll say it again. All right. Brady, Mahomes. I'm just gonna use those 2. Let's just say, for instance, we're down in the fourth quarter with Brady and Mahomes on. They're your quarterbacks. All right. Listen. You just the Kansas City Chiefs or Tampa, whichever one you want to use. They just scored the touchdown to go up on Brady or Mahomes by 4 points. And they scored in the fourth quarter, crowd going crazy, but somebody in the crowd started pointing at the scoreboard. And they not cheering, even though they got the lead, because when they look up at the clock, they still left 1 minute and 40 seconds left on the clock for Brady or for Mahomes. You know what the first thing that we always say, Mr. Jones? This is what we always say. When it was Brady or Mahomes, we would say this. They left too much time on the clock. The expectation was that Brady is going to do it. Mahomes is going to do it. This is what you're scared. You're scared. You see what I'm saying? That you expect it because you know them 2 guys there are going to be solely the reason why this team come back, because you can't depend on the running game. You can't depend on, you just depend on your offensive line, give you some time. If you make sure you got some time, they're going to dissect you in 1:40. Now, I notice now, I didn't say they was up by 3. Because, see, you can get to field goal range, have somebody like Brandon Aubrey, you can tie the game. All you got to do is get to a certain spot. I say it up by 4. And you got to score a touchdown. You are comfortable with Brady or Mahomes. You actually, if they don't get it done, you actually shocked. The difference with me is with that, all right, if you down by 3, if you just scored and you need 3 points to tie the game and it's 1:50 left, that can get you in field goal range. Yeah. That can get you there. But while he getting you there, you like this. See, with Mahomes and Brady, you doing this. Ooh-wee. Oh, y'all watch this. Watch them bring them back. Yeah, they gonna score. I'm telling you, he gonna score. With Dak, you like, oh, come on, Dak. Come on, please, Dak. Please, Dak. See the difference? See, you with Dak, you like, you ain't even watching TV. You holding your head down, just listening for the volume and all that type of stuff. You saying, oh man, oh man, come on, Dak. Come on. With Mahomes, you like, man, this money. See, that's the difference. You like, come on, Dak. Come on, Dak. This is what I've always said about Dak as well. Now, I've seen him do it. Now. That's not like he trash. I've seen him do it. But this is what I've said about Dak. If we down 4 with 1:20 to go, I don't know if he's going to get it done. I've seen him get it done. I just don't know. I believe in him. I do believe in him. It's just I've been watching him for 8 years. And after 8 years, I kind of know what he's capable of doing and what he's not capable of doing. I've been watching him for 8 years. He's been consistent. He's a very good quarterback, no doubt about it. He is. Tremendous numbers. Can just about predict what he's going to give you every year. He's going to give you over 4,000 yards. Dak is going to give you over 30 touchdowns a year. This is what he does. He's going to pretty much be a top 3 offense. He's going to be the quarterback of a top 3 offense every year. This is what he does. He's going to give you just about 30 points a game offensively. It's what he do. And then what I've seen, because I told you, he's consistent. He does that, and then in the playoff game, I'm just saying he's when you look at him, he's tremendously consistent. And then the thing that y'all want to blame him for is not y'all want to blame it on Dak. But how many times we heard and have seen the coaches say, I ain't have my guys ready to play? How many game plans that you saw that when we're going against a physical team, we attack them with finesse? How many times have we seen that? So you get out bullied, you get beat up because you still trying to play for that. See, coaching has something to do with it too, y'all. Coaching has something to do with it too. Make no mistake about it. And if y'all don't want to tell the truth about that, then I'm wasting my time. Coaching has something to do with it. Defense, you got to have complimentary football when you play in the playoffs. Hard last year was a prime example where that wasn't the case. I'm just saying, just call it like it is. I love that. I want him as my quarterback for the next 5-6 years or whatever. I think he's earned it. I don't know what the alternative is. I don't see it. But at the same time, I've watched him. But at the same time, I'm saying this at the same time. His career is doing this. It's not going down. His career is not doing this. It's not staying the same. It's not on the same level. Dak's career, since he started, has just kept going up, up, up. Last year was obviously his best year. It wasn't no down year. He went up. He went up. How did he earn it, Kid Cowboy? The same way Trevor Lawrence earned his. That's how. There's your answer. The same way Justin Herbert earned his. That's how he earned. Because they proved that you ain't got to do nothing to get your money. Justin Herbert ain't done nothing. You ain't say nothing about that, though, did you? So that's how Dak earned. Same way. Same way. That's how he earned it. So I hope I answered your question, but that's my opinion. My opinion ain't the end all be all. I agree 1,000% with you, even though I said what I said. Based off last year, I agree with Quack right there. He should have been the MVP last year. The reason why he was not the MVP is because of the narratives that everybody get to hear every day from the First Take crew, from the Undisputed crew back then, from LaShawn McCoy, all those guys, and that's all you get to hear every day. Get up every day with Mike and Mike, dude, whatever his name is. Nobody's positive about Dak Prescott. If you keep hearing it, you're gonna start believing. But the real truth of the matter is, ladies and gentlemen, he had a better year than Lamar. Other than running the ball, other than which is what you expect, other than Lamar running the ball, it wasn't even close. He just won one more game, if I'm not mistaken. I think that that game against Kansas City, I think Baltimore won. That was a big one. And then when Dallas played San Francisco, and we just got annihilated, that hurt. I really believe it really boiled down just about to that. Baltimore played Kansas City in a big primetime game, and Lamar and them won. Dallas played San Francisco and got annihilated. And it's hard to say this is the guy when that stain is in your mouth. Other than that, Dak Prescott destroyed people. Stats were there. He had a better year than Lamar. He did. So I don't you want to say I earned it the same way Justin Herbert earned it? That ought to have been your question in the first place. For a guy that ain't never won a division, for a guy that ain't barely made one playoff game and lost that. Trevor Lawrence ain't done nothing, won one playoff. And I'm just saying, how did Dak earn it? How did they earn it? Why? Because they got a rocket arm? That's it? I mean, come on. How? But that rests my case. That's how he earned it. All right. I'm done, y'all. Tired. Done worked all day. Got to get it going. Y'all got to go. Man, I appreciate all y'all hanging with me tonight. Appreciate all y'all. We'll see. Get ready for the last preseason game, of which I don't think nobody's really going to play except, as far as, a lot of people are not going to play. I believe we're going to see Trey again. I believe we're gonna see Deuce. I believe we're gonna see Freeman again. I don't know about the offensive lineman this coming up week, or should we see him? So it's going to be a very fun big week for Trey Lance again. I believe there's a battle going on between Freeman and Deuce. I think that's obviously defensively there's still some battles there as well. But we really I'm very pleased with the progression that the team is making right now. We're getting closer to Cleveland, getting real close. There's still just some questions that need to be answered. CD, is me. I think CD is coming within the next week. I think that's me. I may be wrong, but I think that's gonna happen. We'll see. He needs to. I ain't gonna say he needs to. He needs to take care of his business. I don't blame him for holding out. But we need him. We need him bad. We ain't gonna beat the offense without him. That's just the truth. We need him. So I hope that we get him done quickly. All right. Appreciate y'all for hanging with me. Appreciate y'all for real. Got to get ready to get on out of here. I'll see you. My next scheduled time is on Saturday at 3:00, but I'll probably be with you guys maybe just a little bit before that. I'm anticipating some news. I really feel like it's gonna happen with CD, and when that does happen, I'll be here probably the same day. All right, I'll see you guys either later or definitely Saturday at 3:00. All right, this has been the one and the only, the Big Time Show.